What is RTT, Rapid Transformational Therapy? Who is the owner of this therapy? Her name is Marissa Peer. She's very famous around the world for bringing in her modality that combines cognitive behavioral therapy, NLP, and even psychotherapy into her practice. RTT stands for Rapid Transformational Therapy. The way it's different from other conventional therapies is that it's a quick result therapy. A lot of these hypnotherapy sessions, you have to come in and it becomes more like a talk therapy. With Marissa Peer's therapy, it doesn't. You go dive into the root of the cause of your problem. Let's say you have an addiction to cigarettes and you want to dive in the reason why you are craving cigarettes. Well, we go dive deep into the subconscious mind because that's where you have created the belief to have to be addicted to anything in your life. It all has to do with going into the subconscious mind because that's where your beliefs are stored. Your beliefs, you've been carrying them since childhood. Mostly they are actually implemented by the age of 7 because that's when you start understanding the view of the world. So the way we do this is we really dive deep into the childhood and what is it that caused that problem in the first place. It's an amazing therapy for you to let go of any habit that's blocking your life. And it doesn't only have to be a habit. It can be if you have failed relationships, if you have addictions, if you have phobias. Because what it does is we dive deep into the subconscious mind to find the root of the cause. We're detectives. We want to see where you acquire this belief of you being afraid of something, because when you are a child, you are completely free. You're not afraid of anything. You don't have any habits. So therefore, for you to understand that is that you acquire that limiting belief from when you were younger, from the environments that you surrounded yourself with, from your parents, from the programming when you were growing up as a child, where you were going to school, what you heard around you, what happened of life experiences in front of you when you were a child. You acquire all these limiting beliefs since when you were younger, and even you acquire them on your teenage years. It doesn't have to be when you're young. You probably might have acquired them during your teenage years too. So we want to dive into the root cause of the problem, which is going deeper into your subconscious mind by giving it suggestions for us to find out where you have acquired any limitations in your life. We wear a detective hat. We implement this series of tools because we want to really get to the root bottom. Changing that programming by giving you an amazing transformation that will change your habits and that will unblock your path. Because sometimes we're confused and we don't know what we want in that life. That was me back in the day before I started going into hypnotherapy. Hypnotherapy blew my mind because I wanted to change and transform people's lives. I wanted to find out the root of the cause of so much suffering in the world. And I started researching things that I can add to my career. I was a massage therapist and I noticed that a lot of people were having a lot of pain and aches, and those pain and aches were coming from emotional wounds. And I was wondering how could I help my clients to free themselves from the pain and suffering that's actually manifesting in their body. Because when I used to do a lot of massages, it was like you could feel the tension of my clients rising up. And then as I got to know my clients in a deeper level, because I created relationships with them, they started telling me what they went through. And they went through a lot of pain, they went through a lot of suffering, they went through failed relationships, they went through habits that were not longer serving them. And I was thinking, I was always coaching them to be the better versions of themselves. I was coaching them to leave behind was no longer serving them. And that's when I found out, I'm like, oh, how can I really help my clients to overcome all this pain that they have, to overcome all these limiting beliefs they're carrying that are not letting them move forward. So I started doing my research and I came across hair therapy. And I did one session with her on YouTube, and it completely transformed my life. I said, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to help people do. I want to help people have clarity of their path in this world, have clarity on their purpose of this world, of what they came here to do. And to do that, I needed to dive deep into the root cause of the limitations of the subconscious mind. And this is where I acquired the skills to become a hypnotherapist. And this is where I signed up and I decided to go on and do this beautiful work. And it's changed my life. It's changed the life of a lot of people in my life. When I do this kind of sessions, I feel the transformation. I feel the barrier, just the walls tearing down apart from my clients. A lot of my clients have carried a lot of childhood trauma. There's a lot of childhood inner work that's done in this therapy. Because we as children, we just here in the world and we're guided by our parents, and we have sometimes no voice to certain habits and certain situations in our lives when we're children. By not having any voice, we start blocking ourselves from opportunities. We start blocking ourselves energetically. This therapy gives you a voice to be yourself, a voice to let all those emotional wounds that you've carried since childhood out. In my life with this therapy, I was able to let go of a lot of childhood trauma, a lot of childhood suffering. I really thought I was never going to get through. The reason why I decided to go into doing inner work, because I think inner work it's important, is because I was a period of my life where I was blocked, where I hit rock bottom, where I was thinking, where am I going with my life? What is my purpose in my life? And I was seeing this block in my life where I was like, I have no idea where to go. I need to find something that is able to unblock me from this pain and this childhood trauma I was carrying. I was lacking confidence in my life. I was lacking clarity in my life. I was lacking self-esteem. I was lacking self-love. And I received this hypnotherapy session. I didn't know how powerful the power of the words and thoughts are. When she was in that session with me, she made me dig deeper into the reason why I was lacking so much confidence. And what I discovered was amazing. It was from childhood, that I did not have a voice to be able to express myself through so much hurt and pain that I was going through. What I discovered from my session with the therapist was that I was not able to have a voice in my childhood. That I saw so much abuse when I was a child that I lost my voice in the world. I lost being able to express myself freely. During that session, it was so eye-opening for me, the limiting beliefs that I was carrying about myself, that I didn't have a voice in this world, that I was not able to express myself the way I wanted to. That I had to move away from the spotlight because I didn't feel good enough. After this session, my life changed. I started doing the program and I started voicing myself and expressing myself, expressing my opinions. I was no longer that little child that will be in her room, listening to her parents arguing, disrespecting each other, and not being able to do anything because I was a child. I didn't want to get into those issues with my parents. I just wanted to be a child and have a normal childhood. Once I reprogrammed my brain to take back my power and heal that wounded child and take back my power to become the adult that I am today, to reparent myself, to believe in myself, to leave the old wounds behind, and to have a voice and express myself the way I am with no shame and no guilt, and not feeling unsafe because I was feeling very unsafe in my childhood. So being unsafe made me anxious to express myself. But now, after I did that session, I became free of those limiting beliefs I was carrying, of not being able to show my light, to express myself, my true self. I grew up with an abusive, disrespectful family. Parents used to disrespect each other all the time. I grew up thinking that because I had no voice with that, because all I did was block my emotions and numb myself. That started when I was fully blocked, that I needed to find something to give me clarity of where I'm going in my life. I was already in the path of changing careers. And just by the changes that you have in your life, there's a lot of resistance that starts happening because you're moving out of your comfort zone. Just like I felt unsafe in my childhood. I was feeling unsafe of trying new opportunities. By doing this therapy, I liberated myself from any programming that I was carrying since childhood. Any limiting beliefs that were holding me back from moving forward with what I love to do, which is helping people. So this is the power of rapid transformational therapy. This is the power of you deciding to make a change in your life because your life is stuck and you need to move forward. When this happens, you resolve things by numbing yourself of what the reality that is happening around you. And this is what happened to me previously. I was numbing myself from feeling that I would needed to do some deep inner shadow work in my life. And for you to see changes in your life, you need to accept the fact that you can no longer hold on to resistance. That if you're stuck, seek for help. Connect with yourself and be real with yourself. Don't be walking around the world, just walking around just to walk around with no purpose. Stand up for yourself. Be the 1% that wakes up from this sleeping world that we live in, so that you can change your world, that you can change yourself, that you can attract the life that you want. You need to accept doing your inner child work. Because like I explained before, lots of the conditionings comes from childhood. Majority of the conditionings comes from childhood. That's why it's so important to reparent yourself and give that love that inner child needs inside of you, that's craving for you to give him a hug. And this is what this therapy does. It gives you a voice to be yourself and connect with this inner child, because we all have our inner child installed inside of us. We just grow up and have to face the adult life, and we look different. Our body develops into an adult, but we deep inside carry that child that needs healing. So if this is you, and if this resonates with you, and you feel stuck in your life, and you feel that you need someone to guide you to break those limiting beliefs, to break those addictions in your life, to break depression and anxiety even. If this is you, try a session with me. Your life will transform. I'll guide you to transform your life and get the results that you want. Because we need guidance in our lives. That's why there's coaches, there's a lot of light workers. This is a line of light workers that you can even be part of if you decide to change your life. Because being a light worker means working with the light, working to transform people's lives, working to change humanity for the best. Because if we want to change in the world outside, it has to start with you changing yourself, changing your fears, changing your habits, changing what no longer serves you. It all starts with you. So invest in the most important person, which is yourself. You are the most important investment. There's nothing like gaining peace of mind and clarity in your life. Reach out and talk to someone if you need to. Reach out to me if you're watching this video and you feel that you are stuck, that you can't see the light in your life. Reach out. Reach out to a friend. Don't stay stuck in that place. We came here to be happy. We came here to be free. We are happy since when we were born. We're happy. We're happy to be alive. We're happy that there's no conditioning. Conditioning starts happening till the age of 7. If you came here free when you were a baby and had no fears, had no limiting beliefs, what makes you think that you should be carrying these beliefs with you right now? You're strong and resilient. You can let go of that. You can let go to become the best version of yourself. Do you want to attract abundance in your life? Do you want to attract your right partner? Do you want to stay healthy? Do you want to have clarity and be conscious on your decisions? Then you gotta start by doing your inner work. I hope you found this helpful. This has been helpful for me in my life, and I'm sure, 100% sure, that it's helpful for you as well. So I wanted to explain what hypnotherapy is and what the power of RTT is, for you guys to know. If you found this helpful, please comment down below. If you're going through anything that's stagnant in your life, anything, comment down below. I want to talk to you. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just want to talk to you. I have an introductory call with you. Or I want to even talk to you and get to know you. Let me know how I can be of help. Let me know how I can be of service to your life. Because you deserve to be free and shine your light and come here to fulfill your purpose. We all have a purpose in this life. You might not know it right now, or might not be clear enough for you, but I can help you to have clarity and guide you through it. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I love you guys. Have an awesome day. You are resilient. You can do it. You're here for a reason. Don't give up. Namaste.